What's going on, guys? Andrew here, back at you with another video. And, well, two things that I didn't do this week that I thought I was going to do. One is have that intro video ready. I just don't know how to do things on my phone right now, so it is what it is, though. So, but I also said I would be back with another video. I actually have that pretty much ready to go. It's an update video, so it's an end of the year haul. I'll have that ready for you probably on Monday or Tuesday. But as of today, it is Top 5 Fridays. So this one is a really, really cool list. I actually was having a hard time just fitting 5 in. So I never disappoint, and I have a couple things that I'll have some honorable mentions, and then also a couple caveats for this list. One, this is just pertaining to the Blu-ray releases, so this doesn't count if if it's just going straight to Blu-ray if it doesn't have a DVD release. Also, a personal one. I just rated ones that are in my collection. So if it's not in my collection, it's irrelevant to this list. I could have said something like Martin, which I don't own the DVD for, or Alice, Sweet Alice. My brother mentioned both of those in his video. Not to spoil his list, but go watch that list anyways. But yeah, also, I tried to stay away from ones that pretty much is on most people's lists, like, Candyman definitely needs a Region 1 release. Dawn of the Dead, although that has a region, Italian release of it. Martyrs, I've seen on a couple other people's lists. And then also My Bloody Valentine. Those are definitely for sure movies that need another Blu-ray release or just a Region 1 Blu-ray release. This one's like uber out of print. I just am waiting for like Scream Factory or Arrow to put this out. Definitely want somebody to put that out soon, and this one should have already been released a long time ago, but it's rights issues to keep these things from getting on Blu-ray. So also a couple honorable mentions. So this one is actually, I'm holding the Blu-ray, so this is on Blu-ray, but a caveat for this: The Last House on the Left. If you have this Blu-ray, you'll understand why I want another release. This is just, of course, the movie itself just looks so grainy and everything, but this transfers, it's just a little bit better than the DVD. So I'm really hoping that somebody like Arrow or Scream Factory would put out, I think Arrow would probably do it, put out a 4K of this. I really think this could look pretty good. And if you got a good-looking transfer for this, I really think it would help your enjoyment of the film of this one. Yeah, another one that I would say I'm really glad is getting a Blu-ray release that I'm like shocked is the Backlot Murders. So my brother will be getting this on spring break. This is a really, really fun Scream-era slasher flick. It's from the early 2000s, has Corey Haim in his last film, I believe, before he passed away. But it basically takes place during basically all the Universal Backlot, which is why it's called the Backlot Murders. It's a really, really fun Scream era. Like, it's very meta. It's got those kind of characters in it. Yeah, so I'm really happy that's finally getting a Blu-ray release, and I'm just really weirded out that that's getting one. Another one from the early 2000s that I is an honorable mention is the Mothman Prophecies. Now, this has a Blu-ray release that I see pop up every now and then that people have, but I can never find it for some reason on eBay or Amazon, so I don't know. But this is an awesome flick that I think should get one eventually. Now, of course, this is my personal list, so this will come with, definitely some understanding that this is coming from me. These are the films that I really like, that I want to see. Most of these are coming from like my favorite films, or the films that stand out to me that I really want to see on Blu-ray. This first one coming up here, I believe actually has a Region B release of. I think it has a Blu-ray release, if I'm not mistaken. I think my brother actually owns this Blu-ray of it. Not really widely available though, and that is The Wicker Man. I really want to see like a mainstream kind of release for it, like a cult company or something. I really would say like, wouldn't be surprised if Arrow would put this out or something. I really want to see this get a really good Blu-ray release. If this has a Blu-ray release, if it is, it's not really something that pops up on my list. You know, it's not something that I can just grab off a shelf or something. So, yeah, I really would like to see this get a more of a mainstream kind of release. Number 5. So that's number 4 is a movie that, well, we all know why this doesn't have a Blu-ray release, but I still would like to see it get one day. One of the most widely requested Blu-ray releases out there, and that is Clown House. Yeah, we all know the story why this doesn't even have. I mean, this has about less than 100. From what urban legend says, is this has less than 100. I would assume there's probably more than that. There's probably like 5,000 or 10,000 available. Of the MGM release, the official DVD release of this, it got pulled from its shelves after like a week. And yeah, I have this, VHS rip of it. I would love to see this get a Blu-ray release. If it does, it's going to come with a lot of backlash. So I don't think any company really wants to touch it. But Scream Factory has MGM rights right now, and apparently so does Arrow. So this could come out with any of those companies. I feel like Arrow would take less backlash than would Scream Factory. Scream Factory's more mainstream of the two companies. So my guess is that I would assume that one of those companies puts it out in the next couple of years. If it does, it's going to sell like crazy. I love that flick too. It's a really, really cool, creepy killer clown flick. Number 3. Now, these all 3, spoiler alert, come from the early 2000s. So this is obviously giving away my bias towards early 2000s films. And that is, the first one is Hellbent. This is, of course, known for being the first LGBT slasher film, not LGBT film. That would go to maybe something like May or anything like that. But yeah, Hellbent is, I've watched this movie 4 times this year. I got it earlier in the year. No, I watched it 4 times in 2017. This is 2018 now. Okay. But yeah, I love this film. It's a really fun film. I really like the characters. The kills are pretty cool. It's just a really fun film, and I really would like to see this hit Blu-ray soon. So yeah, number 3. Number 2 is a movie I just watched with my brother for a mini marathon, and that is Final Stab. Yeah, this is actually, for me, this is one of the most mainstream, widely available, widely publicized, like Scream era type films from the early 2000s. This is the one that always pops up on pretty much anybody's list. This and the Backlot Murders. So fingers crossed this could get a Blu-ray release soon. You see the floating heads and everything. Get used to that. Yeah. I just want to see this on Blu-ray. I think it would look cool. I want to see some cool special features too, because this one basically just looks like a... this just looks basic, and it just has a title screen. It says play movie and scene selection. And I really would like some cool special features for this. Get a commentary or something, because David Dakota, he does some... he did a lot of those films that were from the early 2000s. He did this, he did Leeches, he did The Brotherhood 1 through 6. So he did a lot of those films. So I really would like to see... And Leeches and all those other Brotherhood films all have commentaries. So I don't know. And number 1, one of my favorite films from that era of Scream era slasher flicks, pretty much the last one that killed the era, unfortunately, and that is Valentine. Man, I have loved this film since the time that I watched it. I just have a love for this film. I like all the characters. I like the I like the characters. I like the setup to the film. I like the feel of the film. It's really well directed. I would like to see this just get put out on Blu-ray. Yeah, this is Jamie Blanks, who also directed Urban Legend. So, Urban Legend has a Blu-ray release. It also has a trilogy Blu-ray release now. I think that's from Umbrella, if I'm not mistaken. I could pick that up here soon. I'm not sure, but that's gonna do it for today. Thank you for tuning in. I will be back next week with another top 10 list. I don't remember what next week's is. But I'll be back probably within those couple days as well with my year-end update as well. Hopefully you enjoyed this list. Let me know what you think, guys. Peace.